Oh, good morning, Thivia. How are you doing? How long have you been waiting? Okay, well, we seem to be working. Oh dear, hang on a second. Oh, oh, that's kind of funny. That's me getting a notification to say I'm live streaming. Yes, yes, that's what that is. Well, greetings, sentient beings and gracile hominids. How is everybody today? Today we are resuming ABZû. This is a continuation of yesterday's stream. So I suppose I might as well get on with it. Let's see where it takes us to. Oh, this is literally where I finished off, isn't it? Alright, now I just need to figure out what I was doing. What was I doing? Does anybody remember? I mean, I suppose I was heading this way, wasn't I? Oh, I kept pressing left mouse click to try and swim. It's right mouse click to move forwards. Oh, there's a lionfish. Oh, that was the last thing we released, wasn't it? The lionfish. Yep, those are lionfish, all right. I found out, by the way, that this game was a version of Journey, but oh, there's your friendly great white. Well, I don't know how friendly it is. And apparently this is using the Unreal 4 engine. So that's a thing. I just want to have a quick look around. I'm in the process of uploading segments of yesterday's live stream to YouTube. I think YouTube at the moment only issues 3 notifications a day, so I suppose technically I shouldn't really upload more than 3 segments. But anyway, there are 3 segments up, and I think there's a couple more that will follow. Oh, we're looking at bioluminescence here. Bit too high up, really, for bioluminescence to be a major thing. It's found more commonly in deep water. I hope I'm going the right way. You know, I still don't really know what the purpose of this game is. I'm basically treating it as sort of underwater exploration. Oh, that's... Oh, it looks like a sort of... What is it? Underwater temple? Now, why would I think temple? Might not be. Oh, we near the surface? We are near the surface. And... No. It's getting close to nighttime. Ooh, now that could be interesting. The ocean in the nighttime is quite a different thing. Is this the way I came in? Yes, well, whatever it is, it doesn't want me going that way. Oh yeah, I think it's the way I came in. There's seems to be absolutely no life here. Apart from what I assume is the kelp. And me. Alright. I guess we'll head on down. If I can get the controls sorted out. Oh, we currently have 3 people watching. Now one of those doesn't count because it's essentially me. Yesterday we had, I think it was 15 people total who viewed it during the live stream. I think I had 5 was the maximum. I still have no idea what this is supposed to represent, although it's a bit like Sky in a way. You know how in Sky you give light. Oh, those are whale sharks. Oh, that's interesting. But yeah, in Sky, where we give light to candles, that kind of thing. Well, similar dynamic there. Yep, those are definitely whale sharks. Largest fish in the ocean. Oh, that's brightened things up a bit. Oh, is that kind of what we're doing? I mean, this was the area I presume we swam down to, and now it's full of life. I can't remember whether the other locations like this were devoid of life. I'll have to go back. But that's a triggerfish. I'm not sure that's a particularly large whale shark. I would expect it to be a lot bigger than that. I'd say completely harmless. Oh, it's filter feeding. That's interesting. I think it's filter feeding. They are filter feeders. I don't think they could swallow you even if you inserted yourself in its mouth. There's another sunfish. I'm still puzzled by this layer down here. I know I've speculated that it's supposed to represent a hypersaline lake. Oh, well, I suppose might as well carry on. I think yesterday we ended up maybe halfway through, I'm not sure. I have an odd reaction to these. Anybody ever played one of those games where you spend a lot of time smashing boxes and jars in case they have gold mysteriously hidden in them? Well, that's what I'm reminded of. Loot acquisition in some games can be terribly funny. There's a game called Bard's Tale. Oh, look, we have proper Nautiluses. Oh, you know what? Do you remember I was talking about what I thought were sort of like ghost Nautiluses? I think they're supposed to be ammonites. These are your proper Nautilus. It's nice to see the proper thing. What's that? Oh, it's another jar. Ah, I think that might be ABZÜ. The name comes, I think, from Sumerian. So, is that supposed to be ABZÜ emptying water into the oceans? I think I preferred the bits where we were out in the open ocean more. Got to see more wildlife. What is this? Is that just light? Or supposed to be light? I mean, he's going through some sort of grate there. Is it supposed to be water of some kind? I don't know. You know what it sort of reminds me of? The Vault of Knowledge in Sky. I half expect there to be crabs waiting around to try and knock me over. Oh, what have we got here? Oh, that is a coelacanth. I think that's a coelacanth. It's in the wrong part of the ocean for a coelacanth. I think that's a coelacanth. Now I've got to find out. Coelacanth, yes. Ah, now the coelacanth is interesting because it's been called a living fossil. And there are certain people who like to claim that it hasn't changed. Because we have coelacanths in the fossil record, I think dating back to something like, I want to say 238 million years. And they kind of have a very similar, they look quite similar. I will grant you, to modern day coelacanths, except that coelacanths in the fossil record were shallow water inhabitants. And the modern coelacanth is a deep water fish. And anti-science people try and use the coelacanth as evidence that evolution doesn't really happen. See, the coelacanth of today is the same as the coelacanth in the fossil record. Well, that's not actually true, because the adaptations required to live in deep water are dramatically different compared with species that live in shallow water. So yes, they have undergone significant evolution. They've just kept the basic body shape. And I think there are other differences as well. They're not identical to what's in the fossil record. I assume that's a great white shark. And there's the whale shark, and there's the orca. Now, I assume that's a giant squid. That would be interesting if we ran across one of those. Oh, the other thing they've gotten wrong here is coelacanths are not open water swimmers. They actually prefer to live on the seafloor. I don't think you'd find them in combination with moray eels. Unless, I should probably go in and see if I can check. No, that's, there is, I'm trying to remember, the conger eel actually lives quite deep, but yeah, you don't generally find coelacanths like this. Did I see a bonnet-head shark? Could have sworn I did. Oh, and look. I don't think that is supposed to be a nautilus. I think that's supposed to be an ammonite. Right. Let's see. Could have sworn I saw a bonnet-head shark. Bonnet-head sharks got a sort of flattened head. Ah, there. Is that it? It's somewhat reminiscent of a hammerhead, but I can't get a proper look at it. Ah, never mind. Oh, enter to meditate. Who wants to meditate? Let's have a look and see what it has to show us. Yep, that's a nautilus. Clownfish. That's not a clownfish. Oh, no, that's a clownfish. Corner of the screen. And that's not really how they live either, because clownfish have a sort of symbiotic relationship with large anemones. Blue streak wrasse. Yeah. Bannerfish? Ah, yes, that. Bonnet-head shark. It's sort of like, almost like an intermediary step between regular sharks and hammerheads. Oh, that's a remora, as it said. Yes, I would have recognized that anyway. That pad on the top of its head, they use that for sticking to things like sharks, mantas, turtles. If you've seen any nature programs that involve sharks, you will almost certainly have seen remora at some point. Juvenile emperor angler. That's not an angel. Oh, I thought it said anglerfish. It's angelfish. Alright, is there anything else to discover? Anchovy. Ah, yes. Yeah, I think it's anchovies that form those huge bait balls I was talking about yesterday that when they gather together, I think for breeding, they attract predators. And it is, I think, the humpbacks that do that, sort of come up from underneath, open their mouths wide and swallow massive amounts of them. Alright, what else have we got? Green moray. Ah, yes. That is one of the larger morays, if not the largest. And I think those are the ones that I said yesterday might actually be venomous. Not hugely so, and I would have to check to be sure. And now we're back to the coelacanth. Yeah, no, that's not... I don't think that's how they really behave. They are bottom dwellers. I've actually seen video on a documentary which showed coelacanths in their natural habitat. And they certainly weren't free swimming like this. Alright, let's move on. Oh, yes, this does remind me of the Vault of Knowledge. You know how there's a... in one of the sections, and I can't remember what it's called, there's a broken hole in the wall, and you get in and out that way. Right, so mental note, this is the underground temple. Yes, I'm making notes again. Give me an idea of where to cut it up. I have tried very hard not to learn anything about this game. I did have to look up the various chapters and the names of some of the chapters, so that's about as much as I know. Because I want everything to be a surprise, and then if I come back I can proceed with more knowledge. Oh. Oh, is that a blue whale? Oh, I was not expecting... Yes, that's a blue whale. Otherwise known as a rorqual. Oh, there's a whole pod of them. I'm not actually sure that's how they eat. Well, it is how they eat, but I'm not sure that's what they eat necessarily. And we have humpbacks. As far as I know, the blue whales feed mainly on krill, which are these tiny little shrimp-like crustaceans. Oh, wow. Oh, that is actually kind of awesome. Largest animal that's ever lived. Bigger than even the biggest dinosaur. Wow, okay, that was completely unexpected. Oh, those are black smokers, I think. These are a surprisingly recent discovery. They found out about these, and there's a squid. And that does look a bit like a Humboldt. But yeah, black smokers are... Oh, look at that. It's displaying lights, and we've got something over... Oh, that's interesting. I'm not interested in that at the moment. I want to have a look at the black smokers. Now, what they haven't showed is what is extremely hot around those. But on the sea floor, black smokers have a significant and quite diverse community living around them. Completely unexpected. I'm trying to remember when they were discovered. I want to say the 1970s, 1980s, but up until this point, until these were discovered, it was assumed that all life on Earth was dependent on the sun. And then they found the black smokers. And the life around them is dependent on the black smokers, not on the sun. Now that is hot, mineral-rich water coming up from the depths of the earth, and it build these mounds. And that is Humboldt squid. Yeah, there should be more of them because they do hunt in packs. They are potentially dangerous. I don't know of any divers that have actually been killed by them, but they are potentially extremely dangerous. And that would be... I don't know, orange ruffy? Ooh, that looked like it hurt. I guess I should avoid going anywhere near them? Don't know, I suppose so. Let's try and avoid it. Yes, I'm guessing I shouldn't be going anywhere near those things. Yeah, except I didn't. Well, it doesn't seem to do me any damage. Oh, wow. Whale falls. Oh, okay, they've got us very low in the water column. Goblin shark. Oh, yes. Those are. Don't think their eyes actually glow like that. Goblin shark is deep water shark. I think they're almost found in it all around the world. And they do look quite peculiar because they can extend their jaws under that proboscis of theirs. And what we got here, that of course is a horseshoe crab. I don't know what kind of crab that is. Let's have a look at the whale fall. That is a Dumbo squid. I'm pretty certain that's what that's supposed to be. And yes, it does. You can see why it's called that. And yet I think it does actually flap those ear-like appendages in the water column. But there was something huge over there, I think. And whale falls are what happens when whales die. They fall to the bottom of the ocean eventually, and they are a surprisingly necessary part of the ecosystem at the bottom of the ocean. Within a very short time of them arriving, they're swarmed by things like sleeper sharks and hagfish, and they for a while there's this whole little community based around whale falls. And a sleeper shark is not small. They have been observed to be up to 23 feet long. They're big. They're longer than the largest great white ever recorded. And I think the largest great white ever recorded was about 21 feet. So the 25 feet of stories is not true. You don't get 25 foot. Oh, we've never seen one. The biggest one captured on film was 20 feet long. And that was relatively recent. Ah, is that a ratfish or a chimera? I wish there was a meditation spot so I could take a look. And we have an undersea cable, of course. Well, not of course, that's what that is. Oh, so I'm guessing that I have to get through that door. So I suppose I should follow the cable. Ooh, except I want to find out what this is. What is that? I do not know. I'm wondering if it's supposed to be a blobfish. It's very cool that they show all of this kind of thing. Alright, let's go and follow. Ow, 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 ow. Except well, that you would have expected to kill you, but okay. I'm quite happy to accept not getting killed. You know, it's kind of more fun just to look around. Is this going to... let's see if... I wonder if this will swim. Yeah, despite the way that it looks... Oh no, I'm sorry. That's not a squid. I think it's technically a Dumbo octopus. Not... Is it Dumbo octopus or Dumbo squid? I should go back and count the arms. Oh! What is that? I'm like a ferret in a room full of... Oh! Now, wait a minute. I think that is something called... I want to say sea rabbit, and I think it's related to sea slugs. I suppose I should count the arms. Yeah, okay, Dumbo octopus. I hope no one's in a hurry. Anglerfish? Yep. They are. There's at least one species of anglerfish which is considered to be a delicacy, and that's the monkfish. If you've ever seen monkfish on a cooking program, basically it's a form of anglerfish, I think. Now, anglerfish biology is quite interesting because those anglerfish that you just saw, they're all females. Because male anglerfish are tiny, I mean minuscule, and they attach themselves to the female anglerfish and basically fuse with her. And they basically live as parasites, and female anglerfish have been spotted with sort of half a dozen male anglerfish embedded in her, and it is not something the male anglerfish can get out of, because what they do is they find the female anglerfish, they bite it, and then they hang on, and then they basically merge with the female, and they share blood supply and therefore nutrients, and that's how they survive. So essentially they become parasitic on the female. I want to say these might be orange ruffy. Now, the story of the orange ruffy is quite tragic because they're deep sea fish, and at a time when the fishing industry was less economically aware, they were looking for new sources of fish to feed the public, and they started fishing up these things. I think it's these, but I could be wrong. Anyway, and the thing was, nobody really knew anything about the orange ruffy at that time. And no one realized that they are a very long-lived, slow-breeding species. That's quite that's not uncommon for deep-living fish, and they practically fished them out of existence until they realized what they were doing. But for a while they were an extremely popular fish, and quite tasty apparently. Don't think I've ever had orange ruffy. Alright, where am I going? Don't know. Don't much care. This is kind of fun. I suppose I ought to be looking for that other... Excuse me. I suppose I ought to be looking for that other cable. Alright, so that's the one that I switched on. So we'll just follow it to where it leads and then follow the other cable back. Because there were two cables attached to this door. Yeah. I think those are called ratfish. They are a relative of rays, I think. And sharks. And I think another name for them is chimera, but I'm not positive. Oh, this is gonna hurt. I'm trying to remember when my son was a kid, there was a TV program he liked, and I think it was called Octonauts. It's actually quite a good TV program for kids. And one of the characters in that was a Dumbo octopus. Okay, I did not see that shark previously. What's it doing down here? And if we're as deep as this is depicting, you don't get great whites this low in the water column. At least I don't think you do. Oh, this doesn't encourage you to exactly look around, does it? Ah, ow. Oh, the shark got caught. That's an unexpected development. Whoa! Yes, I have to question that particular maneuver. Somehow I don't think any human diver would be capable of that. I mean, not without something to lean against. You're not just going to be able to flap and pull it up like that. Is that... am I spending too much time on reality? And those are clams or mussels. Now, this, you do get growths like bivalves like this around black smokers. They are clustered around. The other thing you get is deep sea tube worms, but they would be clustered around the black smoker. So I recall the ecology of a black smoker goes something like this. There are bacteria, extremophiles, that can thrive quite very close to the extremely hot water. And not in it, but close to it. Those bacteria are fed on by things like this, which filter them out of the water. Ah, sperm whales. And that's basically the base of the system, is these bacteria, extremophiles. Now, sperm whales can dive extremely deep. I don't know what the record is. It's sort of over a kilometer. Ah, look. Unless I'm not much mistaken, giant squid. Now you know we've got to take a look at those. Yep, those are your absolutely classic Architeuthis or giant squid. They're still quite mysterious beasts. We know they exist. They have actually been filmed once or twice in the wild. I don't know that anybody's ever filmed them in their deep natural habitat. And sperm whales apparently do eat them. In fact, sperm whales have been observed with the scars from those arms, because those arms, and technically I don't think they're tentacles, those arms are lined with large suckers, and each sucker has teeth, and the scars have been seen on sperm whales. So let's see. I'm just trying to confirm that it is in fact. Oh, giant squid, and that's actually an achievement for some reason. Oh, I can't swim with the whales. Well, not on their way out, at any rate. There is actually a physically bigger species of squid. It's called the colossal squid. I don't think it's as long. It is still huge, but it is bigger. Are they going to show the sperm whales hunting the squid? Oh, now that... I don't know what that is. Oh, is that a viperfish? I keep saying things like, I don't know. Oh, it's fill in the blank. I think that might be a viperfish. And those are... I don't remember. Sorry. Oh, there's an anglerfish again. And tube worms. Again, down here they would typically be found around black smokers, I think. They're also found around methane seeps, where methane trickles out into the water. Very, very slow growing. Some of these can be hundreds of years old. Oh, wow. What is... Oh, come on. You're not going to get kelp down here. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that an unnecessary criticism? Mind you, to swim physically down, even if you could, to swim this far down in the water column would take far longer than it's taken us. Oh, all right. I'm curious to see what we've got. Oh, hello, vampire lynx. Good to see. Moon jellyfish. Oh, I got that right last time. Yeah, we know that's an anglerfish. Yes, that's a good point. The studio that made this game is called Giant Squid, so that's probably why it's an achievement. Yes, it's a valid point. Ah, viperfish. And what are they following? Hatchet fish. Yes, that's it. I should have remembered. Needless to say, these are all deep sea species. And that is... Oh, it's a black scabbard fish. I mixed up species. That's what I was calling a viper fish. And I'm not sure if I've heard of black scabbard fish. I wonder if we've seen everything there. Well, not everything there is to see. I'm starting to see a certain degree of repetition. Yeah, they're not showing the males attached to the female there. Oh, okay, flabby whalefish. That's what I was thinking was an orange ruffy, but I guess not. Alright. I have a feeling it might be prompting me to exit meditation when I've seen the species. I would like to go back and see what else I've missed. Well, here we go again. Into the light. Well. Okay, this doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense. If we're bringing life back to these regions, that region was about as alive as you were going to get. At least in the deep ocean. Yep, giant squid. And I'm assuming this is pretty much where we've seen already. Let's have a quick look. Yes, yes it is. I recognize those. Oh, now. I wonder how far up that water column I can swim. Will it let me? Ah, that is... Oh, now that is... What is that? I don't remember. I think I've seen pictures of or seen video of something like that, but I don't know what it is. What do you want to bet it's only going to let me go so high before it turns me around? Yeah. Okay. That's no fun. So, where's the bridge? There's the bridge. You have to wonder why there's a bridge down here. Why is there a bridge so deep under the ocean? Now, I have a suspicion that is actually a worm, but I can't remember what it is. My back of my mind is tickling me with a memory, as it does. Pause for a moment. Yeah, that's not a view I really want. Oh, I see. They're just going to make this difficult, aren't they? That shark seems fairly determined to hang around. I have a suspicion this region is fairly limited, and there doesn't seem to be... Oh, I don't know. Let's have a quick look. Seeing as we're here. See how deep we can go. That, if you were nominally this deep, that those flecks in the water, some of that's probably animal in nature, and some of it is called marine snow, and it floats down from the upper surfaces and helps form up the mud at the bottom, and that I think is organic. Okay. Well, this may have been a fortuitous direction to come in from below. Don't have to go through them. Let's see if I can slip through whatever these things are. Oh, what's that in the water? Oh, it's debris. That's what it looks like. Well, that doesn't look Sumerian. It looks like modern technology. Well, technology. If this was a science fiction movie. Oh! Is this a factory? Oh, it's making those little sort of things I was picking up earlier. What's a factory doing down here? Is it polluting the water? I'm definitely going to have to with the knowledge now that this is here, and those mechanical doors we've gone through. I'm going to have to replay this now with that in mind. Oh, Trent, this is going to hurt. This definitely has flower vibes again. Because you spend a lot of time in nature, and then you end up in the city. So this feels like the same sort of thing. Why do I get the feeling then that we are actually almost at the end of the game? And if we are, and you know the answer, please don't spoil it for me. I have no idea what those are. Oh. Oh! Is that me? I mean, it looks like me, and that means I'm not human, doesn't it? It's a robot. Huh. Well, that explains how it can stay underwater without the need for breathing. In which case, why is it wearing a helmet like that? With eyes that blink? I mean, if the diver here is a robot, there are better ways probably to manufacture something that would be functional underwater to do this job. Or am I just being needlessly critical? Oh, it's the same thing again, isn't it? I want to go back and check that. Yep. Is that a scanner? Oh, is it possible that... No, never mind. I'm getting far too involved in flights of science fiction. Let's keep things simple. With the assumption that we are a robot. Well, it explains why massive electrical discharge didn't kill us. And those are... yeah, I'm going to say those aren't anything that I've ever heard of. No, those are not natural, are they? Okay, this is where I was, wasn't it? Alright, what am I missing? Oh, that's the design, I assume, for the... Okay, what do I do? Alright, let's be methodical about this. That's the door we came in through, I think. Those are I don't know what. So, what do we reckon? Head out this way? Oh! Okay. That's a little different. Huh. Why do I get the feeling I'm not going to be very good at getting through here? I wonder if the go down trick and come up will work. Okay, can't do that. Why do I get the feeling we're actually at the end? And why do I also get the feeling that we're going to die? Well, or the equivalent of. I am feeling the pain here. Okay. Well, at least they self-destruct in the process. If this was the eye, this is the Eye of Eden, isn't it? Oh, there's our friend, the great white shark. Are we both dead? Ah, look, you can see that, yes, they truly are a robot. Why did I say she? I mean, technically that's... Oh! We are not in good shape, are we? You know, I'm not sure it was a good idea for them to make... Okay, alright. I think it's the cat ears and the eyes that are making me call her she. You're telling me with all that electrical discharge and her fins survived? Oh. Oh. I wonder if that's why the shark didn't attack us, because we would have given off a very peculiar electrical signal. Oh dear. That's sad. I don't suppose there's any mechanism here so we can... I'm not sure. The first thing this shark did, and I assume it was the same one, was attack one of our sort of floaty thingies that we use for opening doors, but given that it sacrificed itself, back there. That's kind of sad. Poor shark. I wonder how much of the game I've missed. Oh! We're on the surface. Oh, those are lilies, so we're in fresh water now? Because you don't get lilies in oceans. Let's have a look and see what we've species they've got down here. Oh, they've still got starfish. And what are those? Those are salamanders, or newts. Alright. Oh no, they're not. That is, oh, is that Tiktaalik? I don't think there are any amphibians in the world today that look like that. That might be a Tiktaalik. It's... Tiktaalik's this intermediate species between fish, if you like, and early amphibians. And that's a gross... And I can't remember whether they were marine or terrestrial, but I don't think there is anything like that alive today. I wonder if I can confirm that that's what that is. This is the point at which I want there to be a meditation spot somewhere. Just so that I can check. Oh, now... that is an ammonite. And there are no ammonites around today. That, I can't remember what that's called, but I'm pretty certain that that is prehistoric. Huh, prehistoric. That is hundreds of millions of years ago. I think Tiktaalik was something like 350 million years ago. If that's what that is. But again, I don't think they were marine. No, it's not an ammonite, it's a trilobite. I apologize. There are no trilobites alive today. Pretty certain that's supposed to be a trilobite. If I remember correctly, this might be an ancestor of an ammonite. But my knowledge of Cambrian, Precambrian life forms is quite limited. The trilobites existed for hundreds of millions of years, if I remember correctly. Huh. Oh, look, hang on. Are those armored fish? There was an era where a lot of the species of fish were essentially armored. They had a heavy, bony covering over their heads. And they could grow extremely large. What is that large one? Cleosteus? But at the time, I don't know that there were green plants around. I can't remember. Still, it is kind of fascinating that they chose... And that is interesting. Well, at least we didn't die yet. I thought that was going to be kind of the end point, the final sacrifice, so to speak. But as damaged as we are not out of the game yet. Oh! Yeah. It's our first time out of the water. What have we got? Well, that is out of time compared with what's in the water behind us, because that looks like a radiate terrapin. And those look like thoroughly modern frogs. And that's one of those amphibians we saw earlier. And this is most definitely a regular tree. And then we have ferns. Ferns are extremely ancient. Flowering plants like this tree are comparatively recent. Yeah, I say comparatively recent. 100 million years or so. Ferns, much older than that. Alright, hands up. Who knows what was possibly the earliest land-dwelling, I won't say organism, just say plant analog. Anybody want to guess? It appears to have been giant fungi. Absolutely massive. There was a time when the largest things on land were essentially fungi. And there were no animals either. This was before arthropods or amphibians. Well, I'm gonna hazard a guess and say we're heading back into the water. This is almost sort of like a museum section. And we are okay. We've still got our amphibians. I wish I knew what they were. I'm probably wrong about it being Tiktaalik, but it'd be funny if I was right. What are these? You can't tell. Be curious to see if we can get... I was about to say, curious to see if we can get out of the water. And it looks like... Yep. Time is dashing by. Oh no, that is a prehistoric shark. And that, yeah, we still got really, really ancient creatures down here. That is a reptile. Something like a plesiosaur. So we have advanced up the... That is an ammonite. Yes, I can't remember what that's called, but I recognize it. It is a prehistoric shark. It's got a very bizarre jaw. Is it Heliconius? No, that's a plant. That looks like a paddlefish, which is okay, because paddlefish are actually extremely ancient. Please don't tell me they got mosasaurs in here. I mean, that would be kind of cool. What am I doing? Don't know. Not sure I'm particularly bothered, to be honest. Anomalocaris. Yes. Now that is a very, very ancient species. I think that is Cambrian. And Anomalocaris definitely predated the dinosaurs. I believe it predated sharks. Didn't predate ammonites. I don't think it predated ammonites. Oh, that is actually really cool. I had no idea we would get this. What else have we got? If anything. Helicoprion, that's it. That's that shark with the funny jaw. If you look, it seems to have its teeth bound up in a spiral under its nose, so to speak. And nobody really knows why. Helicoprion. Try and remember that. That is a Dunkleosteus, I think. The head of it, I think that's what it's supposed to be. Ooh, that would be kind of cool if they had one of those down here. Those things were terrifying. They didn't have... there's an Anomalocaris going by. Yeah, Dunkleosteus, and I hope I'm remembering the pronunciation. Didn't have teeth. It had bony protrusions lining its jaw that were literally like not scythes. I mean, they could bite through, I say, anything. You would not want to share an ocean with one of those. They weren't fast moving, apparently. Which probably meant that they were ambush type predators. That anything it bit, you know, like a whale. Okay, no whales back then, but you get the joke. Whales are recent. Whales evolved since the extinction of the dinosaurs. I can't pronounce that. Sorry, it's not. I would have to go look it up and spend significant time practicing before I try to pronounce that on a live stream. Oh, we do. Good. Alright, that's very good timing, because I'm going to switch off the camera, take a quick bio break. I've been going for 86 minutes. And I am very tempted, because I have a feeling we're at the end here, to continue this to its conclusion. So, you all take a break. In fact, I think it's just thee and me, Thivia. So I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back. Give me 5 minutes. And I'm back. Alright, let's have a look and see what species we've got around here, because I am curious. Alright, Helicoprion we've identified previously. Yeah, you can see what I mean by that funny jaw. Oh, thank you. A gar. Okay, I call it a paddlefish. They are similar. Paddlefish are in China. Gar are in, I want to say, American Southwest, US Southwest. Strangely, they can interbreed, which is weird. Arandapsus. That is a very, very primitive fish. That's an Amalocaris. Those, I think, could get quite big. You know, life-threateningly big. Oh, it's interesting. You see the sparkle in the water? I think that's supposed to be fish scales. I know they use it quite a lot, and not necessarily when it's appropriate, but if you ever see video of some predators striking fish, you do get that sparkle in the water from the scales. Tiktaalik! I was right. Of course it's not showing me. Yes, there we go. Oh, that is a Tiktaalik, but yes. Yes. Very early transitional species between fish and amphibians. Well, from early amphibians. Or tetrapods, really. The interesting thing about this was its form, its age, and location were predicted in advance, and the scientist team went out and found it. I think Nova Scotia. Basically, evolutionary biologists predicted that what it would look like, where it would exist, and when it could be found, and when it would have existed, and they went out and they found it. Yeah, I've seen the gar. I don't know anything about those. Ammonite, yes. Some of those grew truly massive. 6 foot across type of thing. But I think if you look closely at that, yeah, you can see, I think, that is the bony head protection that they had. But you wouldn't have found them all mixed up like this. But it's still nice to see depictions of them. Oh, we are getting into a different era, almost. Ah, that is, that's found in the Amazon today, and I can't remember what it's called. Arapaima. Yeah, that's a modern fish. Freshwater, found in the Amazon. And you definitely wouldn't find them swimming alongside coelacanths. And that is that a leatherback? No. Archelon. Now that is I'm not sure about dinosaur era, but that's, yeah, extinct. So here's a thought. Christmas is coming up in a few weeks. I am thinking of doing a live stream on Christmas Day. Anybody got any preference about what I should live stream? I might have a game or two, a cozy game or two, extra by then. Where did the flippers go? If anybody has anything in particular they might like me to consider streaming on Christmas, leave it in the comments. Well, I'm guessing there's no way of extending the bridge. So I guess we're due for a dive. Oh, now that's a plesiosaur. I think. Where is it? Where is it? Ah, is that an ichthyosaur there? Ichthyosaurus, yes. And despite how it looks, that is a reptile. And they look sort of like dolphins, except the tails in the wrong configuration. And they were air breathing, and they were reptiles. They weren't dinosaurs, by the way. There is only one known species of aquatic dinosaur, and that is, oh, what's it called? Spinosaurus is the only known aquatic dinosaur. It's an elasmosaur. Okay. And that too is a reptile, air-breathing. Interesting thing about ichthyosaurs, they gave live birth. And we know this because we have actually found a fossilized specimen of a female ichthyosaur that died while giving birth, and it was fossilized when we found it. Whoa! What was that? Did I see something dive into the water? That didn't do anything for me. Ah, that's what it was. One of those things. Diving. Oh, that's interesting. I think they've given something down here, sonar. That would be speculation, I think. I don't know if we've got any way of knowing whether that plesiosaur had sonar. They're obviously sight predators, those huge eyes give that away. That looks like a gigantic piranha. The pathless. No, I'm not guaranteeing any suggestions will make their way to a Christmas live stream, but it gives me ideas. I'll have to make a note. Is it available on Steam? I don't have Windows, you see. This is Linux system I'm playing on, and so therefore my games come from Steam. Essentially, if it will run on a Steam Deck, that's good to know. If the game runs on Steam Deck, I've got a very good chance of playing it on this computer. I do hope we have a Dunkleosteus. That would be cool. Mind you, that's cool. I mean, that's awesome. There's, if you've heard of the Loch Ness Monster, that's one of the, creatures that it was supposed to be. Unfortunately, it really does seem as if there isn't anything like a Loch Ness Monster. They've done environmental DNA studies of Loch Ness, and there's nothing in Loch Ness that comes as a surprise. I think they did find an unexpected species of eel, but nothing like that. eDNA is environmental DNA. Basically, you can take a sample of an environment. I think water might be most suitable, and then you can analyze all the DNA found in the water sample and give you a pretty clear idea of what lives in it. As to what the Loch Ness Monster is, well, there's never been any halfway, even vaguely decent photos of it. And the descriptions tend to vary. So what we've got is a couple of explanations for the stories of the Loch Ness Monster. One is, if it's at night, harbour seals do actually make it every so often into the loch. And they're fairly big. And if you're not expecting it, that would be quite surprising. And you may think, well, how can people not recognize a seal? Well, you might be surprised. In the United States, there is... oh, what's it called? I can't remember the lake. I think it's sort of a Loch Ness Monster type thing called Caddy. Is it called Caddy? I can't remember the lake right now. But on one occasion, a lady comes back from a boat trip, saying that the river monster had surfaced next to her, sort of lake monster, and she shot it. Later on, a sturgeon was discovered with bullet holes in it. And you might think, how can anybody not recognize a sturgeon? Well, if you're not familiar with that kind of thing, and something like a sturgeon surfaces next to you, it does look prehistoric. It looks like a monster. So the unexpected, when you're not expecting it, could easily be mistaken for something that it isn't. The other thing is that long, narrow, deep lakes, and Loch Ness is something like 1,200 feet deep, exhibit a phenomenon called a standing wave. And what happens is you get a separation between warm water and cold water. And that you can get waves along that separation. So you're deep underwater, you got a cold layer. Is it a cold layer over a warm layer, or a warm layer over a cold layer? I think it's a warm layer of water over a cold layer. And you can get waves along that. And the waves can be so big they actually make it to the surface. And it shows up as a sort of ripple. On the surface. And if you didn't know what you were looking at, you might think it was a serpent, because it forms this serpentine ripple on the surface. And it is interesting that this is primarily exhibited by, as I said, long, deep, narrow lakes, lochs, fjords. And a lot of them have legends of lake monsters. I'm assuming I can't jump up here. No. Okay. Back in the water we go, I guess. But unfortunately, there is no Loch Ness Monster. As much as I would like there to be one. That would be cool. I just realised those little, I know they're not plesiosaurs, plesiosaur-like things, look a bit like penguins. Oh, I've lost camera control, so I would assume then I'm going up. Well, judging by previous logic, follow the cables, well, chains. Yep, here we go. What do we reckon? Do we think we'll make it to the end of the game in this session? Thank goodness for flip up to mute. Otherwise I'd be burping and coughing on the live stream, which would not be a good thing. Well, that's all the coral spires. That's the only thing left. Well, at least the energy orb makes a bit more sense now. Oh, our friend the Great White. Nice to see it again. Ah, look at that. And we're healed. Great white shark, yes. Oh, that's a achievement. Ride the great white shark. Well, I don't know whether you'd call him a friend or a guide, but seems appropriate. And we just flooded a chunk of land. Huh. Okay, can't go too far that way. Guessing. I suppose that was inevitable. Oh, now we get to repeat the process all over again. And yes, by the way, that is something great whites can do. It looks terrifying. Section doesn't exactly, back to those. This section doesn't exactly lend itself to hanging around and taking a look, but I have to admit, so far I haven't seen anything we haven't seen before. Back to the whale sharks there. Alright. Sorry, I didn't see your message until just now. I don't know when you sent that. It could have been any point in the last 15 minutes. Are you there, Vampire Lynx? Should I wait for you to get back? I'll give it a couple of minutes. I think all these fish and the shark are waiting for me to get on with it. I'm just going to check out the whale. Yeah, I think we're pretty much heading towards the end game. So I will actually continue to stream this until we have gotten to the end. It doesn't seem fair that they can breach, but I can't. Oh, I can, sort of. Oh, wow. Alright, where's my friend the shark? I just realised shark and shard, not that dissimilar. It's only one letter difference. Alright. Let's be about it. Here we go. And I can't see where I'm going for all the fish. Oh, not again. Oh. Okay. I can live with this. Oh, it's pretty much out of my control. So what have we done? Saved the oceans from alien technology? Oh, that's it. That was the end. That was very nice, yes. How long? Yep. I've been streaming for 2 hours, 10 minutes. So this splits up into 2 parts. So if you do a leisurely playthrough, it'll take you about 4 hours. Oh! There's another ammonite type thing over there. Can I get to that? Let the shark take us where it will. It seems appropriate. The shark was basically with us from very near the beginning, when it scared the hell out of me. I'm just going to let the credits play. Oh, I'm so sorry. I did actually wait around. I'm sorry, I underestimated how long you would be, Vampire Lynx. Apologies. Yep, we got to the end. I'm just waiting for the credits to finish, because I want to see what happens at the end of the credits. And hey, guess what? We can still swim around. I just can't see what we're doing. What I'm doing. I'm afraid I didn't see your message, so I had absolutely no idea when you posted it. So, sorry about that. Oh, look, there you go. It's official. Unreal Engine 4. So really, I still have one more question. Oh, start button. Press start button to exit. You can tell that this was designed for console. What's the start button? Enter? Space? Oh, escape. Oh, look at that. So now, we can start a new game. I can have a look at the chapters. Alright. And I can go back and visit each of the chapters. That's nice. What happens? And then you can go through the... there are areas, obviously, where I did not I've missed a bunch of meditation areas. Okay. So that's worth viewing. Alright, that brings us to the end. Thank you for staying with me through this. This was very pleasant. I hope you all have a good day. I am going to go and get some lunch. So, just a reminder, I won't be streaming tomorrow. One way or the other, Saturday is typically my day off from streaming. And then Sunday, I will be streaming Journey of the Wingless, where I take Nimue, a wingless sky kid, through the realms of sky. So, in which case, have a good day, have a good weekend, and I will see you all next time.